Greetings, 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 and peace, everyone. Welcome to another Body Conscious Sunday where we talk about the body, how it should function, and what we can do to help it to function well. Once again, I'm going to talk about the digestive system. Yes, staying on the digestive system because it is very important to get that baby in working order, good working order, right? So many of us are beating up our digestive system and we don't know it. And I too was one that was doing that, beating up my digestive system. So I showed you guys this picture last week about the digestive system. If you can see that there. And we talked about the liver, this organ over here on the right side of your body. And we're going to talk about more on this digestive system. But today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to tell you my story. Yeah, my story. Who am I and what did I do to help my digestive system get better? Yeah, I wasn't always a vegetarian and I wasn't always a healthy eater because not all vegetarians are healthy eaters. But anyway, I just want to share this with you today. So I hope you enjoy. Just want to tell you my story and what I did to help fix my issues in my digestive tract and what I'm doing to help keep it well. Because just because you make the change and you feel like, oh, I'm feeling better, I'm going to go back and have and eat the way I did. It's just like going back into the fire. That's what burnt you. You don't want back to it, right? So lifestyle change actually means just that, it's a change. And so, am I perfect? Mm-mm, no, not at all. But I make it a point to pay attention to my body. But enough of that. Let me tell you about me, my digestive story, my journey to wellness, to good health. Well, how did it go? When I was a baby, my mom told me I was a really big baby. And she told me the story that I could eat. And she's young, second child, trying to feed this baby, and I won't get full or stay full long enough. She had an idea, going to get her some milk. So whole milk, cow's milk, right? Give it to me, right? Fill me up. Hmm. Okay. So by the age of two, around the age of two, guess who was going to the gastroenterologist? Me. My mom had to take me to the gastroenterologist because I was having stomach problems now. Stomach problems, major. Mama said my stomach issues were severe. So um, here she is taking her big baby to the gastroenterologist. And I know my family probably was like, yeah, you was a big baby, all right. One of the funny stories, right quick side note, my auntie, my mom, young going out, and my mom had this backpack, and she would put me in the backpack. It's like a harness, whatever you call that thing that carries your baby on the back or the front. So she had me on the back, and she said by the time she would get down to the end of the street, she was tell my aunt, she was like, Linda, would you please take this child off my back? Because my mama's best friend, Linda. Would you take her off my back, please? So my auntie would take me up, pull me up out of the pack and give my mom a break. But anyway, back to the gastroenterologist. So gastroenterologists, what do they do? Well, they treat celiac disease, cancer, IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, blah, 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 hemorrhoids. Some people might know about that. And pancreatitis, heartburn. That's another issue they treat. So here I am, 2 years of age, going to gastroenterologist. Yeah, to get some help. Red flag, right? Something's wrong. So anyway, time goes on. Um, these issues of stomach problems, followed me through my life. So elementary school, middle school, high school, adult, and even now, way past grown. Problems I had for a while up until a few years ago. Um, they were so severe. I was really sensitive to food. If I had grapes, I couldn't eat no more than a handful of 3 to 5 grapes. If I ate more than that, diarrhea. Um, if I had too many greens, mustard greens, turnips, collard greens, to the bathroom. If I had too much meat, constipation. If I had cheese, those cubes of cheese, I would eat maybe three, a little snack, some cheese. If I had a fourth one, constipation, forget it. And so I had this issue where I went from back and forth with constipation and diarrhea. And I was trying to find somewhere in between where I could be, normal. I said, this can't be me. But it was my life. So it's sort of like you used to it happening, you just sort of go with it, right? Mm. I didn't like it. So tired of feeling constipated and experiencing diarrhea all the time. Now I'm an adult, still having these issues. But then it started taking on a new face, looking different. These gut issues, right? So pains started to happen on my left side, right here. Pains. It felt like someone had punched me in my side or they had actually kicked me. So I said, I'm getting a little tired of this. It felt like my food was sitting in my stomach. I felt stuffed, not full, like satisfied, but stuffed. It felt like a big log of cement block right here in my stomach. I said, I can't, I'm doing everything I can. I said, I don't know what's wrong. But at the time, younger, I'm like, I'm going through life. I'm just enjoying. Maybe I just need to switch up and do something differently. And some people might think, well, maybe you weren't as active, or maybe you weren't, uh, you know, moving around enough. No, that wasn't the case. Because I've always been a very active person. Martial arts, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, right? Um, I also did kickboxing, fitness class, uh, marathons right here, different short competitive runs. I would get into those. Um, I rode my bike, just jump up, pew, take off 22 miles, come on back to my apartment and chill. You know what I'm saying? No big deal at all. Get up and go to work the next day or whatever I had to do. I took walks. So I was always busy. So people are like, maybe it's the digestive, your digestive system is slow because you're not busy. But I was always out there moving, and I figure, that can't be it. But anyway, still having troubles with my stomach. I'm an adult. I go to the doctor, medical doctor, and he was also holistic. So I go see the doctor. My mom told me about him. So I go and see Doc such and such. I said, okay. So I went on ahead and, go see the doctor, right? And he did blood work and whatnot. And he came back and said, you're acidic. Acidic. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? He said, well, your blood level is acidic. It should be a 7.3. I believe he said 7.3. And anything below 7.0 is considered acidic. And that's not good because you'll have issues with digesting the food. You can have problems with your joints, right? I'm like, okay, well, I don't have any of that. Unhealthy skin. Didn't really have skin problems, but I was having digestive problems. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, you have problems with your thyroid, this, that, and another. I'm like, well, not yet anyway. So he gave me a book. Don't be alarmed by the name. The China Study. He gave me a book and he said, I want you to read this book and I want you to really consider being a vegetarian. So I'm the type of person, I'm sitting there, I'm listening respectfully. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Doc, now he handed me this book for free. I went home, I read, I wasn't buying the vegetarian thing because I like my turkey burgers. I like chicken. I like fresh turkey. Occasionally, maybe once a year, I eat a beef hot dog at a family barbecue or something like that. What's wrong with you? I like meat. It was nothing wrong. I didn't think anything was wrong. I didn't really understand, you know, the information he was giving me. And so I went home and I started reading this book. And I think I got up to chapter 4. Yeah. And it's some good information in it about understanding protein, actually what it means, and da 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 da, and the vegetarian lifestyle, and understanding what cancers and things like that. Blah 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 blah. And so I didn't want to hear it. Nope, not me. Not being a vegetarian. I tell you what, though, I'll do this. I'll continue eating my meat, but I'm going to put more vegetables on my plate. Put more vegetables on my plate, eat my vegetables, and then I cut back on my, potato or my macaroni and cheese, whatever starches on my plate. And then I went from that eating a smaller amount of starch. Then I said I'll change. I think I'll eat meat just 3 times a week because it wasn't working. It still wasn't working. Me eating more vegetables on my plate and with less starch, it wasn't working. Meat, vegetables, my starch, that wasn't working. I cut back my meat 3 times a week. That's what I'm gonna do. Guess what? That didn't work either. So meat only on the weekend. So you see, the problem is I had a serious relationship with my chicken and my other meats because I liked it. And I'm not telling anybody to become vegetarian. I wouldn't do that. But this is my journey, what I had to do, what I've learned about myself and my body. You know what I mean? Conscious of what's going on inside of me and paying attention. Okay? So then one day I decided I went to this place here not too far from my home and they have very good soul food. Man, that food was so good I can still remember. I can still taste it. It was barbecue chicken. It was cabbage and greens. I had some macaroni and cheese. I had a cornbread. That cornbread was so good. And my family, we know we love some cornbread, right? We love cornbread, put the butter on it, real good. Boom. Nice plate. I'm sitting there chilling at home eating. Another friend of mine, we had just finished working out and we were smashing. Boom, just eating. Blah, 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 right? And before I could take my last bite, remember I told you about that pain? Woo! I had a pain on my side and I said, dang, what's wrong? I said, I felt like somebody just kicked me in my side. It hurt so bad. That pain stopped me, literally. I put my fork down. I dropped that baby, put it down. I was done and I was enjoying my meal. I paid a nice price for that meal too. But I said, I can't do this. Sometimes pain, it wakes you up and it make you change. It'll make you change. It sure will if it's painful enough, right? So August 2014, guess who became a vegetarian? hmm This one right here. Became a vegetarian. I know the doctor would be proud. Yeah, became a vegetarian. Was it easy? I tell you this, I never wanted any more meat once I made that decision to become vegetarian. I didn't want any more meat at all. At all. So my mind was made up. I became a vegetarian. Once again, was it easy? I was so determined that I had to make a way. I had to make it happen because I know not all vegetarians are healthy. If you're not eating a balanced diet, you could end up being sick, just like anyone who was eating a very unhealthy diet. So, what did I do? Once again, my journey. All right. What I did was I started gathering cookbooks. So, if you are just becoming vegetarian, just some suggestions for you. Maybe it'll work. It'll help make things easier. So, I started gathering cookbooks, menus from restaurants I would go to, because on the menu they have like vegetarian options, or I would look at the menu and say, you know what, I think I can substitute that meat with some portobello mushroom, you know what I'm saying, and some coconut aminos and some smoked paprika, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So I started getting creative. I'm telling you, becoming a vegetarian make you get creative. And I like creativity. It's all right, you know. Um, then I've got the menus, like I said, cookbooks, and I also watch cooking shows. Oh man, do you guys remember the Food Network? Yeah, Food Network. It was a cook-off or cook show competition, and they would have and on that show is where I learned how to make broth. Yeah, I didn't really pay attention growing up. As a child, I just ate. That's what I did. So I learned how to make broth. So that was exciting, and also learn how to make other dishes. So that's a suggestion: cookbooks, menus from restaurants, um, watching cooking shows. Also, the internet. You know, you can go on the internet, typing in vegetarian dishes, blah 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 blah. Boom, you get a whole slew of them. And then I took those recipes, menus, and I had a folder. And I put all of them inside of a folder. Just put them in a folder, and I still, excuse me, I still have that folder to this day, right here. But so I collected all those recipes, cooked, um, got really creative, tried to learn about spices and whatnot, and all this is happening um, prior to uh, around 2014. Wow, 2014, yeah. So like a whole year up until 2015, and something drastic happened in 2015, which I will share later. A car accident that really forced me to eat properly. I'll share that testimony another day. That's going to help a lot of people who have traumatic brain injuries and other issues that I suffered. But anyway, so vegetarian, collecting all of these recipes. Did I feel better? Yeah, but there was still something missing. You see, what happened was all these years from childhood, from infancy, going to the gastroenterologist, going through school, all the way up to my adult years, I was still, during those years, I was still wreaking havoc on my immune system. Excuse me, on my digestive system. Affects your immune system too. um, so I was still wreaking havoc on that. You know, bad food combinations. You know, a friend of mine, her mom's, man, I recall. She gave me this book, Food Combining Made Easy. It's an older book, but this right here is when that light came on. And I was like, ah, I need to think about this, combining my foods better. And I think this, she gave me this before 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And so, anyway, long story short, got this book, started learning about food combining. Oh, you don't mix certain fruits with other fruits. You eat your melons by itself, and it started explaining why you should do it because certain enzymes are made to break down this first. And you know, if you have a meat, you don't want to have it with a starch. Or like Dr. Sabi say, blood and starch, right? The diet is blood and starch. So blood meaning your meat, starch meaning your potato, your rice, or your pasta. Those two together should not be together. So I learned about food combining. This was years ago. Like I said, I believe this was before 2014. So I started learning about that. I stopped eating late at night, right? And then I had to cut back on my sugars because I like sugars. Family, don't we? We like sugars. We like our bread. We like those donuts and those pies and cakes and ice cream. Mm. Inflammation, inflammation, inflammation. Not good. So anyway, like I said, was I what was missing was I didn't repair the problem. Hmm? So let's say you have a flat tire, right? You know what I'm saying? Air is coming out. Car still works, everything else works, but you don't fix the hole that's in the tire, you're still going to have the problem. Even if it's a slow leak, you put air in it, tires blow, is inflated again, and you start rolling, what's going to happen? Over time, the tire's going to go back down. So basically, the problem was never fixed. I never actually helped my body to fix itself. Okay. I never gave it what it needed to repair the damage that happened back when I was in my mama's arms. So yeah, I was changing my diet and whatnot, and I'm way past grown, and I'm learning all this information, and it became serious. Like I said, in 2014, I started making the changes, but there were more things that I needed to do to help fix the issues, and I picked up this book right here. I was at the salon at the time. I didn't have locks. I had press and curl, French braids. So on one side was a salon, the other side was like a bookstore, art, African uh, art. Dr. Layla O. Africa, African Holistic Health. Man, this book right here really set the pace. It helped me to really get a focus and to help my gut get better. This was the beginning, sure enough, beginning to a serious, more focused, deliberate plan um, for my to improve my gut issue. Anyway, my cousin, she probably remembers this book, Crystal Maya. Remember, I used to stand up in the living room and clear my throat, and I would read a passage from the book to you guys. Those are good days. 9 people in a 2-bedroom house. Hey, I come from a big family, both sides. My mom, my dad's side. There's a lot of us. Shout out to all my family for helping raise me, give me my nickname. I'm not going to say what my nickname is, but for just being there, supporting me. Yeah. So, but anyway, just wanted to put that plug in there. Shout out to everybody, Mama, Uncle Charles, Uncle Clifford, Uncle William, Aunt Sabrina, Aunt Pam, Uncle Pete, my granddaddy, my ancestors that have gone on. Um, anyway, thank you for all y'all love and all the good food, um, and feed me well. And I'm just learning to take those good foods that you gave me and eat more of those. And we ate what we had, and we never starved. But now I'm repairing my gut, um, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to stop right here. It's been long enough about fixing the problem. I want to go more in detail about in the next video about actually what I did. So maybe some recipes, some teas. That's what I'm drinking right now. A very good tea for the gut. Very good tea. Like I said, it's a journey, and a journey is one step at a time. One step at a time. It's never instant. Never. I mean, not for me anyway. So I encourage you all to continue to learn your body, pay attention to your body, and love your body because you only get one. You only get one. And if you don't have your digestive system right, if it's not at peace, your mind won't be at peace. We'll talk about that more. We're gonna talk about it more. But like I said, getting back, Next video, I'm going to share with you some of the foods and herbs that I use for a healthy gut. Um, yeah. So until next time, guys, love your body. Take care of your body. Thank you for listening to my story of my journey. And the journey continues. It continues. Yes, it does. So I love you all, and I wish you all peace. And remember, for any issues that you're having, the answers are in the earth. Peace.